ready to get into a fist fight in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you don't get feel as good as you can. I want to jump right into it. So obviously you're fighting Pete Rodriguez on October 15th. With this kind of fight, it's going to be at the UFC Apex. Have you ever had a chance to fight at the Apex before?
Yeah, my last one was at the Apex, and it was a cool little experience. It was the first time for a fight. Like I had like zero nerves throughout the entire process, and that was a pretty dope feeling. And so we're just looking to repeat that in a couple weeks. But this time, as far as the fight stylistically, I feel this is going to be a better matchup for me to show, the skills that people have been waiting to see.
Well, and it just seems like it's kind of been a bit of a misfortunate turn of events that have kind of happened where obviously you've had a fight that's been declared no contest, and then you get eye gouged in like the first round of your last fight. So yeah, I mean, like, how excited are you to be able to just not just showcase yourself, but showcase all your skills?
No, it's gonna be dope. The no contest. It is what it is. Like that doesn't really bother me so much as the Dean Barry fight, the Punk no contest. That again, I was just sitting there to prove a point to the dude. He went on an interview, and I think it was like ESPN, and he's calling me a can, and that I felt that was just an opportunity for me to just beat the dude up to let him know that this wasn't the level that MMA wasn't for him. Fighting isn't for him at any level, and so that's really I was in there to prove that, which I clearly did. For the Dean Barry fight, that was going to be an opportunity for me to showcase like and be in an actual fight, to take it and treat it like an actual fight. And for me, I show one aspect of my fighting, and that was how hard I am to hit. When I'm in a fight, as far as like my being evasive and being able to reach shots. I did that, to the T. It was perfect. And we saw that, prior to the spinning back kick, the guy he wasn't hitting me. He was missing all the shots. And for me, it was just an opportunity. I was just it was a waiting game. Fighting is strategy. And when you have an opponent who essentially was running the entire time, and then he's kind of like throwing these dashing shots. Like this is a fight, and like there's a lot at stake here. And so for me, it was like, all right, just wait it out for a little bit. We had a 15-minute fight. Second shot came. We were 2 minutes in. I had another 13 minutes to cook this dude, and it was clear that he was getting tired, and I didn't even feel like I was in a fight yet. You know what I'm saying? So the reason that one hurt a little bit more was because Dean he snatched it from me. He couldn't take his loss like a man, and or not even like a man, like a warrior. Like this dude claims to be a martial artist and all these things, and he couldn't take the outcome of the competitive match the way it was supposed to be, and he had to go in and essentially quit. By being doing this illegal tactics with the eye gouge. So that's on him, but his actions robbed me of the opportunity to showcase my skills on that platform at the time. And so I had to, it was funny because like they got me on the mic, was like, nah, I don't want to fight with this eye. And it's like, yeah, it's like we're in a prize fight, right? We're in this competitive competition, or this competitive fight, and with rules and boundaries, right? And we're trying to perform within those and within said rules. And you have a guy who, like, in the rules being in the back, they come. The first thing they say is like, "Yo, we're watching for eye pokes and nut shots." And I got hit with 3 fouls within 3 minutes of the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it, his inability to take his to fight fairly, um, it robbed me of my opportunity to shine. But that's cool. You know, I think this is all I really wanted for me. That one, I wanted to finish him particularly because like he put a boundary. Like he was telling people, he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna knock this dude out and get the 50 grand bonus, et cetera, et cetera." And I kind of took that personal, given that you essentially saying like, "Yo, you basically want to incapacitate me." You know what I'm saying? And as a fighter, you know, and given the opportunity to fight, like, yeah, you gotta back it up and own up to it. So for me, that was what was really important about that fight. But here with Pete Rodriguez, this man, he's a warrior himself. I've heard some things that he said in interviews that back that up. Is like, yo, I have all the respect for this man as a warrior and as a person. But make no mistake about it, I feel this is a perfect matchup for me to go and display my skills, and people know I'm coming to knock cats out. So that's what I'm coming to do in a couple of weeks.
Well, yeah, and I wanted to talk about Pete Rodriguez. When you look at his resume, it's all 100% finish rate. When you hear that, is that kind of something that also motivates you and gets you excited for this fight?
No, I don't. That doesn't do anything for me. It's not about the opponent. It's about me, and I'm an artist, you know, and I can do some dope shit with my hands. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, that's what it's about. The level of competition, the things that he's done, like that's cool. But the people that he's faced, like they don't have the skills that I possess. You know, people like to talk about the mixed martial arts and having all these skills, and that's fine. But again, stylistically in this fight, I feel I have a special set of skills for this fighter, and we're gonna be able to put them on display.
Yeah, and with this fight, looking at Pete Rodriguez, what kind of holes do you see in his game that you can showcase, and how do you kind of see this fight going down?
Well, it's not necessarily like holes in his game. Really, what it is just the inexperience. I've been in this game for over 14 years, and I've seen all levels, man. I've seen the entry level guys, the amateurs, and I've trained with guys in the top 10 in the UFC welterweight division. You know, and I've seen everywhere in between. I just feel that my set of skills and the experience I bring to the table are far superior than his. You know, he's fairly new to the sport still. Yeah, he's coming in. He has some heavy hands. He's a hitter. You know what I'm saying? He knocked out some cats. You know, but then when he got to the next level, he got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And again, not to say that I feel I belong in any top 10 or anything like that. But again, I have a special set of skills at this level, and you know, given the right fights, you know, I get to display those, and this is a fight that I feel where I get to display those. You know, given the lack of experience, and just the lack of his all around fight game that I have that he doesn't have compared to mine.
And ever since your last fight, the way it happened, uh, prior to this fight, what are some things that you've been working on and in between fights?
For me, man, it's more so I work a lot of my defensive skills, whether it be the footwork, whether it be the head movement, simply avoiding taking damage. You know, this fighting it. You know, I have a boxing background, and I remember seeing a quote years ago from Kenny Weldon, and it was essentially like, "Yo, boxing is the art of hitting without getting hit." You know, essentially is what he said, and I remember that day. And I remember just taking that in, and that's something that I have developed my style around that sort of ideology. And so for me, it's a very defensive mindset, but also I understand that defenses, you know, with the right defense, is going to open up positions for the right offense to be very dangerous. And so again, these are skills that I feel that I have that I'm not seeing until you get into the really high levels of combat sports, whether it be boxing, whether it be MMA. And so I feel this is this is a dope opportunity with the right opponent in front of me to show some really dope work.
You know, given everything goes well during this fight and after the fight, Would you like another fight by the end of the year?
Ooh, by the end of the year, we'll have to see. We're coming up on a holiday season. Thanksgiving, Christmas. The New Year. I'm a foodie. We out here. We do the Truth Food Tour. You know what I'm saying? So probably not. I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless I can go in here and get like some crazy 30-second finish, like Yusuf Sadiq did this evening. Outside of something like that, nah, I'm probably gonna take some time off. And let some, just let the body yeah, man, I'm just doing this for shits and giggles. So I'm essentially fighting because I enjoy it and have fun doing it. And it's something I'm good at. So it has to be the right opportunity, right fight. It has to make sense because again, if I never fight, that's cool.
Well, and I think you want to enjoy your holidays and enjoy your food, like you said. And it's
Most
never
definitely.
fun wanting to train during those holidays. That's for sure.
Man, a few years back, I had a fight, and it was so if Thanksgiving is that Thursday. I had a fight scheduled for the following Tuesday. Yeah, it was one of the worst. I was like, yeah, I'm never fighting around the holidays again. It was one of the worst Thanksgivings. And again, I don't celebrate holidays. It's not the holidays. It's the family and the food that I'm into, and I didn't get to enjoy it by any means that year for because of the fight. So I vowed to never fight around the holidays again. This is actually pretty. This is a great fight, because it's right at the limit. Again, I'll fight the week before Thanksgiving. That's where I draw the line. After that, we got to wait until the new year.
Fair enough.
And Mackenzie Dern is busting Shorty's ass right now. Ooh.
Fair enough. And yeah, and I don't want to go too much further here, but I think there's been a big trend lately with a lot of MMA fighters transitioning into that bare knuckle boxing scene.
Yeah.
You're no stranger to boxing yourself. You've been able to do some boxing yourself. So looking at that, is that ever something that would ever interest you in the future?
Yeah, coincidentally, what the fight where I was just whatever I said something. What did I just say? It was about a fight. I forgot. Um, it coincidentally was one of the first bare knuckle fight, and it wasn't traditional like bare knuckle. We had like these Grant boxing gloves, and like the knuckles were like it was that, but it was really weird. Like you had oh the Thanksgiving. I was like, what was I talking about? The Thanksgiving was the Thanksgiving. The fight was on a Tuesday. It was for Direct TV. Anyway, we had these like the boxing gloves were like it was like literally the very first bringing back bare knuckle because they was like, yo, we can't like really put y'all in bare knuckle because no one's gonna sanction this. So they had to like it was bare knuckle. Um and like that in itself, I was just like it was a cool little vibe, you know. Now I have a lot of people talking about like, yo, like after once you done the UFC, you should get like because they're paying a whole lot of money now. And I think, I again, I'm just fighting because I enjoy fighting. But if an opportunity arises and the money is right, 100%, I would do some bare knuckle boxing.
Awesome. Good to hear, man. And I just want to finish this off here. You know, obviously there's some big fights coming up that everybody knows. I just want your prediction.
Yeah,
Charles Oliveira and Islam Makhachev. Who do you see
man,
winning that fight?
that's gonna be a solid matchup. For Islam, I haven't watched him enough to really give an accurate prediction from his perspective. I've been a Charles Oliveira fan for many years. He has some ties out here training in Houston. So there's a little bit of a connection there. I'm just a big fan of his skill set and his abilities. So for me, I really like Charles in the fight.
And I think on that same card we got Sterling and Dillashaw there.
Yeah,
That's quite the matchup as well.
man. Um, shit, I can't. Aljo, he's his last fight. He showed what he was ready for. And I feel TJ just doesn't have what it takes, man. I think this is going to be a washing by Aljo in this fight. I just feel that he's going to be on another level come fight night.
Solid, man. Well, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I just want to again thank you for taking your time for coming on here, and good luck on October 15th.
No, man, I appreciate you for having me, man.